a nut job, and maybe I should be talking to him. I don't know. And and now everybody wanted the book, and I'm like, here, have the book. But then somebody wanted the book, and then I was telling them about it, and then they went to the lighthouse, and then they got caught on fire or set on fire. I don't know. There's just weird shit happening.
Yeah.
But yeah, everybody. I mean, I have people calling me asking for Lighthouse Fucker's number.
Why? Why does anyone want anything to do with anything there?
I don't know,
Why are
but
people so
apparently,
fucking dumb? You know what? We need to just start telling bitches, go there, go, go. We want you to go
yes.
there, and then they'll stop.
I guess I don't know. I don't know, but the Captain Cooties, I don't. That one's hard to wrap around because apparently it looks like somebody that I used to work with, but then it's not. I
Yeah,
don't
it's
know.
complicated, is what it is.
Yeah, I don't understand what's everybody. So at first I was like, okay, people are really stressed and high imagination, but I have multiple people. Like every time people know I'm around, I'm getting calls. People are running up to me like, you know everything. Tell us, and I'm like, what? Yeah. So
Um, I mean, I think that just stems from like, I mean, I get similar-ish stuff, probably not to the extent that you do, but like, I mean, with uh, he who shall not be named, but not Dr. Cooties, the other one. Um, I was on his original fucking list. 2018, Pixie, 2018. I was the one who almost got away. That's crazy. And I had to start like people wanted like information, and I'm like, I hate to break it to you, but like I can give you the stuff from way back when. There was a map, the journal, and all that stuff, but like, and then Pixie, there have just been so many things that like I just wanted to forget and have tried so hard to forget ever fucking happened, and then suddenly it's being brought back up.
yeah, yeah. Well, I have Lighthouse Fucker's initials carved in the back of my hand. I've got his scars. Isn't that fun?
No,
Oh yeah.
no.
So I think I guess he shot me because I got shot in the head and found at the lighthouse. It was like 9 months ago. 9 months ago when I woke up out of that coma, I've been super happy and carefree. I've I got off this godforsaken island and went horseback riding. It's really great. I love horses. Anyway, been playing poker. It's really fun. And I'm like, you know what? I think I'm refreshed. I'm gonna come back to work. And now everybody's bombarding me.
I'm not surprised. I'm not. That's the crazy part. I feel like I should be, but I'm not.
Like, you gotta remember
What?
something. I'm like, no,
Why can't
don't.
people just stop sticking their fucking nose in business that don't concern them?
I don't know.
It's so fucking frustrating. Holy fuck. If I could just if I could have a
Yeah,
list of
yeah,
people who
yeah,
would just
yeah.
disappear, it would
So,
be anyone. Oh my
but I
god.
heard you were sick. I heard you were reaching out, and
Yeah, I
here I
don't even know what
am.
for. I'm gonna be real.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know if you heard about Richard, but
yeah.
yeah, he got sick. And I was worried. I guess I'm not so much anymore. It's complicated.
What do you mean you're not worried anymore?
Uh, It's complicated. And like he was he was in the ICU, but I never got notified regarding his condition. And then sorry, yesterday, you're the only person I'm telling. But yesterday I got a voicemail from an unknown number. It was Richard, saying that he's no longer in the ICU and that he needs some time. He's okay. Um,
What?
and yeah, except it was strange because it sounded windy and it sounded like there were waves crashing, similar to you know where.
You mean
Except,
waves crashing?
I mean, think about where else. Where else would that be?
Right, right,
I
right,
can't make
right,
sense
right.
of it though. But the context is, from my understanding, Richard was given, um, Richard was infected. Let me rephrase, and then received the cure, and instead of taking it, gave it to doctors in an attempt to reproduce, uh, so that other people could, um, recover from being sick. Because there's quite a few of us, and he then ended up in the ICU. I don't know his full condition because, like I said, I didn't really get a full on report regarding what happened. And he had been in the ICU since, gosh, let me just reference my text messages where my husband said, hold on. Oh my God, am I blind? Sorry, I don't know why I can't find it.
Mm,
Found it.
it's all right.
10 days ago. I'm sorry, I love you. And that was when he ended up getting sick and going into the ICU. So that's kind of where I
Boy.
stand. And I'm kind of just, I mean, anytime something like this happens, the blinders just go on, and I just deal with whatever's in front of me because I don't want. Why the fuck am I here at the kebab shop when this is where I got fucking sick?
I don't know.
The, you know how I got sick?
Captain Cootie?
Yeah. Yeah, he showed up to the fucking kebab shop, handed me money, and that was it. Minutes later, I'm coughing up a fucking lung.
Yeah, that's what I'm told. But and then everybody's just giving me so many instructions on how to proceed and how to function and and I'm like, what is happening? I don't
I
know.
think the issue is no one has the answer, and uh, I think that's why people probably want to speak to you to see if you would have answers. But sorry, it's very complicated. Very complicated.
Yeah, I don't.
I mean,
I
you
mean,
knew what I was dealing with last time with Richard when he got sick, and it's just, I mean, even then, it's just a never-ending feeling of helplessness, and then there was Flop, and I haven't spoken to Flop. Fuck.
oh, he says hi.
But huh?
Flop says hi.
Is he with you?
He's not. No, but I spoke with him and I was asking what the current status of the relationship was because I knew there was some issues and I heard about you and Richard, and so I I called to see how you doing and if he's aware, but I don't know. It's the whole it's complicated thing, but he did pass on to say hi.
Yeah, it's really bad because there was this time where this is so fucking stupid. Okay, don't laugh at me. I know you're probably going to, but while he was in the PD, he had his number changed. I don't know if his phone was stolen, but he didn't want people to have his number. I put him in my contacts under Sunny because he didn't want anyone calling him Flop through like text or anything in case his phone got stolen. I put him under
Right.
Sunny with the U, like Sunny, and then I forgot about that. For context, the last time we texted was 8 months ago, where he told me he was putting in his sorry, his 2 weeks notice at the PD. Um, and then the only conversation I've had with him, not even conversation I've had, but the only text I've gotten from him was 9 days ago saying, "Hey, hope you've been keeping safe." That was the day after Richard went into the ICU. Somehow he found out
Oh,
before me.
yeah, well,
Like, what is my life at this point?
I don't know. I mean, you are a workaholic.
Uh, yeah, not wrong. But signed off of one job to go and do another because the city was starving.
All right.
And this is how I got in this fucking mess to begin with. Dr. Cody's fucking showed up.
Doc- Dr. Cooties.
I
Oh
call
boy.
him I call him Mr. Cane because he rolls around with a cane. Walks around with a cane, not rolls around, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And then the
I'm
other one, um, the the journal one, I say the not cane one. So it's cane and not cane. That's how I refer to them.
hmm.
I I've avoided uh not cane for a very long time, and I intend on
I
continuing to do so. And I've attempted to avoid cane, but that was not so successful. And
well, yeah. I guess well, Captain Cooties, I have a vague idea what he looks like cuz I people are telling me he he's I don't know. He looks like which some person I can't say his name apparently. I don't know. Everybody's giving me all these rules and I'm just so confused. And then the other guy, I don't know what he looks like. So I don't know if I would run into him or not cuz I don't remember.
probably for the best.
Yeah, well, I
I,
have
I
a
I mean that I mean
feeling.
that genuinely. Like I genuinely think that if and when people are bringing this stuff up to you, you just need to shut that shit down immediately. It's like, hey, don't know, don't care, uh,
But at some
not my
point,
business.
I don't know if it's going to creep up to me because I have a lot of people coming to me and I have some connection to it apparently because I have the motherfucker's initials on the back of my hand.
Yeah, that is probably a little problematic to some degree.
Yes. This
And
fucker carved into my hand. This fucker shot me.
yeah,
I don't
well,
know
I mean, at
why.
that point, isn't it over?
Why would he shoot me?
Um, I don't
I
know,
mean,
and
I
I
know
don't
I
even know
pissed
if I
you
want to go
off.
into. Well, I mean, you can be a little rough around the edges to some
Right.
degree, but I shouldn't actually say that. You can be very forward, and some people are just not content with being told the truth to their face, or they believe there's a level of tact required to address sensitive topics, and I don't know. I mean, we're talking about someone who, uh, I mean, again, I was on his list for no reason. They were just a serial killer. Like there's no rhyme or reason.
He was a serial killer.
Yeah, yes, sentenced to death.
How many years ago was this?
This was like 2018,
Oh, no. Okay.
so a very long time ago.
Well, just makes sense why I would probably have. I don't know, maybe it was his therapist? I don't know. Anyway, I just it's one of those things where it got brought up and I'm like, I don't know. And then it got brought up again. I don't know. And then it keeps getting brought up every time I come to work. Like I said, I had somebody actually like there was some guy that called me and was like, "Don't be alone. Tell everybody where you are. You're in danger." And I'm like, "Who the fuck are you?" Some guy named Edgar. So he was like throwing out all these rules, and I'm like, I don't. Okay, all right, pumpkin. Have a nice day. It's just
Yeah, I
shit.
don't even know who that is.
Yeah, I don't know either. I mean, he was like, make sure you're not alone, and make sure you tell people where you are, and I'm just like, oh, all right.
And this is just completely like unsolicited, just advice randomly.
Well, he wanted like there was another person that was telling him that he was told about me that I had, have answers to something. Apparently it was a little Winston Walker who told this other person that I
Oh,
was involved. I
ooh.
don't remember a Winston Walker. Apparently I was friends with him or something.
Mm,
We held hands or
but
something. Yeah, so
Winston had a lot of involvement in some of the stuff happening at the lighthouse.
yeah, that's
And have you heard of him as of recent?
oh yeah, I heard somebody like, came up to me like, "Did you know?" And I'm like, "About," and then they, did the whole thing and I'm like, "Wow, okay, that sucks for him."
You want to know the
I
crazy thing?
well,
The day I got sick and saw Kane, it's the first time I had seen Winston in like 6 months. He also came to the kebab shop. A conversation with him. Um, it was the only food stall open, so I was kind of swamped, and the conversation ended up getting interrupted several times. But eventually left, and he seemed like himself. And I don't know, it just sucks because when everything happened with Flop, he
so he
sorry,
was involved in stuff.
uh, yes, to some degree. How involved, I don't remember because Pixie, like I said, I've tried, we have tried to suppress these memories, over the many years it's been, and now suddenly everyone is trying to like rehash everything that's been done in the past, and everyone wants to save loved ones and make fucking deal. Bitch, go to the casino and gamble, make some deals there.
What is the casino open?
No, some people do. Uh, there is gambling at like I think there's a place in Grapeseed. I could be wrong,
I could play
but
some poker. Sorry, I'm a little
possibly.
a little addicted to poker right now.
Pixie,
What?
gambling is what you've taken up?
Poker. It's so much fun.
Better than drugs. I'm gonna be real.
I'm not too bad. I can pretty decent.
How's your alcohol
Learning.
intake?
Oh, I don't drink when I play.
So you're drinking when you're not playing?
No, I'm not really drinking at all. I'm telling you, you know what? Like I said, after I got shot in the head, and yeah, I'm doing pretty good.
It- Honestly, that's like a ignorance is bliss kind of,
Yeah,
but like unintentionally.
well, yeah, yeah. It's good. I was,
Double-edged sword, of
peachy
course.
keen, but like I said, every time I come to work, I somebody. I mean, I had a marshal call me and ask for his number. People are like, "Oh yeah, Pixie has his number." The lighthouse fucker. I don't have I looked through my phone. There is no that of that person in my fucking phone.
Kane or not Kane?
Norman.
Yeah, I don't
Just
like saying
saying.
his name.
Yeah, I don't really fucking care. Well, I'm fucking, you know, branded with his initials, so
Yeah, I'm still not going to use his name.
that's fine.
Yeah, no, the other one you certainly you definitely worked with them for quite some time.
Yeah, because I everybody's like, "Oh, this person," and I'm like, "Yeah, I used to work with them," and everyone's like, "What?"
Yeah, but the
Like,
thing
yeah,
is, it physically the same person, sure.
this is
Mentally,
so
maybe not so
insane.
much.
I mean, I watched him die.
Yeah,
I
and
remember.
not Kane was sentenced to death by firing squad.
See, I don't remember any of that, but I do remember he the doctor had a surgery and he died on the operating table.
Part of me wants to pry, but the other part of me knows better. I want to ask questions, but it would be so hypocritical for me to tell everybody else to back the fuck away while digging deeper, you know?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm kind of digging now because for the fact of I don't remember. Like I've forgotten people that I was close with and I don't know why. Well, now I know what well, I don't know. I'd have to find out from other people, but there's just some people that I don't remember. I don't remember all of the shit in the past and I'm reading that journal and I'm like this is some crazy ass babblings of a, you know, psychotic person. Well, he's not really psychotic. Well, I
Hmm.
mean,
I mean, I don't even know if that one's up for debate.
yeah,
I mean, maybe they
but
weren't before, but now, I mean, think about it.
yeah. So and it's just I've been shrugging it off. I talked to I don't remember. Okay, well, I don't remember. I didn't remember Forte. I still don't remember. He's telling me things that happened. I'm like, dude, I don't remember any of that shit. But did ask him. I asked him. I don't know. It was about a month ago. I'm like, did I have any involvement with any of this shit? And he went off and he started rambling and I don't know. That's the day I think he went to the lighthouse for some dumbass reason and got set on fire.
Yeah, wasn't that because he was like in the middle of like, didn't he get fired from PD and then go try to be in an MC and then
I
was
have
taken
no
in and
idea.
yeah.
I have
It's
no idea.
it's complicated.
Don't remember much, but I don't know. He's now like I don't want anything to do with any of that anymore. So because I've called him
As he
for
should.
actual work related stuff, and he's like, "No, don't
Oh,
say any of that." I'm like, "I
one
don't. I'm not."
one
What the?
second. What can I get for you?
Free combos and free drinks on top, please.
3 combos and 3 drinks on top of that. 1 second. All right, go ahead and swipe. Here you are. Those and those.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Have a good one.
You too.
Sorry, Pixie. I'm on the
That's all
clock.
right. No, it's fine.
Um,
But yeah, so I mean, he was somehow connected.
probably through Balto.
I don't know who Balto is.
Wow.
I don't remember. So I
What
don't
what
remember.
I would give to truly forget any relation involving all of that. Oh my god. Except my husband.
But
Is that
I'm
bad to
I'm
say?
no, because I don't remember things, and I was pretty darn happy. I'm pretty darn happy now. I'm a little confused why people keep coming to me, but I'm now realizing that somehow I am or was connected, and at some point it may, you know, jump in front of me, and I'll be like, "Oh, hey, what's up?"
Think
So
that'll happen?
I'm guessing because I've had some therapy sessions with people. Guess what the subject is?
Same thing every
Hey,
time.
hey, am I crazy? Because let me tell you this crazy story. And I'm like, oh, this guy, look at the back of my hand. Is his name, is this his initials? And then they're like, whoa, what the fuck? And then we just sit there and, you know,
Hmm. I
yeah.
mean, do you think that they cherry picked you specifically as like a
People are saying, hey, you should go talk to Pixie.
that's fucked up. That is fucked up. My push to talk keeps releasing in game and I don't know why.
Yeah, so I just I it really it's so crazy that all of this is going on, and it's wackadoo. I'm gonna tell you right now, I have no fear or stress or you know I have nothing. I have no feelings toward any of this. I'm just trying to figure out what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, no, I'd love to be in the same boat, but unfortunately,
Yeah,
I just
I
put the
know. So
blinders on and pretend it doesn't exist, you know? That doesn't change the fact that it does, but like there are so many
yeah,
people who are sick and there's seemingly no cure.
that's what I'm saying. Like that's the thing is I can't just be like, haha, you're all crazy because I've got doctors telling me that there's this thing going around that makes no sense. They can't figure out what the hell it is, they can't stop it. And then all these other stories. I have that journal that I've read several times because I was like, wow, this is a fucked up person. I'd love to talk to this person. Everyone's like, no. But then I got the assholes that are like, hey, you don't remember shit? Let's go to the lighthouse. And I'm like, all right. I did scare somebody though, because I said, he's not here. So do we knock on the door? And they're like, no. And I'm like, what is this fucker? Is he a goddamn pussy or something? And then they were like, we got to go. We have to leave right now.
Pixie,
What?
you love flying close to the sun, don't you? Oh my
I
gosh.
don't know this person. They're just
Yeah,
all, everybody's
but you
scared of the
know their
boogeyman.
initials were yeah, it's not just boogeyman stuff. I mean
You
it
know how many,
is.
serial killers I've dealt with?
I think that's kind of just part of the fucking business, you know? Of
Yeah,
being a
yeah.
person tasked with dealing with everyone's problems and tasked with telling them on how to deal with it.
Oh,
Like I
so,
do think that's just part of the territory, but
right. But I mean,
I'm
this
gonna
was
be
like,
honest, you're in a good spot ish asterisk if you just if you stop. I'm gonna be real pixie. And I would never tell you how to live your life because that would be pointless anyways. You're gonna live your life the way you want. But one moment,
right.
what can I get for you?
Can I get two combos, please?
Yep. Or all right, go ahead and swipe. There you go. And your drinks. You're all set.
Thank you.
Telling you how to live your life is pointless. You're gonna do whatever the fuck you want to do, when you do it, how you want to do it. It don't matter, right? I know you and have known you long enough to know that. Um, but my goodness, would the unknown be just so much better than digging further?
I'm not like digging. I'm just trying to. I got a
Well,
bunch of
you're
people.
digging if you're trying to get a recollection of everything that people are asking you about that you may not remember.
Well,
Because even though it's not intentional and you probably wouldn't have gone out of your way prior to being inquired a gazillion fucking times from people who have no business probably being there to begin with, but like again, in this specific situation, ignorance is bliss.
right, right. Well, then I will just have to go on another vacation because I have people who are, coming to me for therapy and dealing with this shit. That's the thing. It's like if I just, put my head down and go back to work, my work is this.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
I
you're kind
can't
of
avoid it.
shafted on that front. I'm
Yeah,
not
I
gonna
just, you know
lie.
what? I could just, that's the thing. And I have no problem doing it. I could just, pack up again and leave because I'm like, oh, I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna work, a couple days a week, because I worked a lot. I've worked a lot in my
Mm-hmm.
career here,
You have.
and I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna stress over it. I'm not gonna bend over backwards for people. I'm gonna be here a couple days a week. If you catch me, cool. If not, then sucks for you. I'm sorry, but I'm coming back, and this is all I'm being bombarded with. There is no avoiding it. One, I've got the doctors that are running around like chickens with their heads cut off because
I
they
mean, as
can't
they
cure
should, given the
people.
circumstances.
Right, right. And
Yeah,
so
you're
they're
shafted
stressed
no
out.
matter how you. Oh gosh.
You know what? I actually, it doesn't, like, this is the thing. I'm not bothered by it. I'm like, you know what? This could be interesting. I'm not looking for it, but I'm also not like, oh God, I'm gonna get sick. Oh well, I'll get sick. It just doesn't, I don't know.
I mean,
It's
normally
not,
I'm pretty good at like removing myself from a situation and trying to like figure out best course of action. But I don't even know what to say in yours. You're like every way you look, it's present.
right. So my only option is to move.
Just dive in head first. Ugh, fucking
Uh,
terrible.
yeah, see what I mean though? See, I'm like, okay, this is weird. I have people that are like, "Oh, you don't know." Well, let me tell you what you don't know. I'm like, "Well, that's crazy. Would you like to schedule a session so we can talk about your overactive imagination? Have you thought about writing this down and writing a book?"
Oh my god, that's terrible. It's
But,
terrible when you have the context of like listen, explaining it to someone is like the worst thing ever because everyone thinks you've got 10 fucking heads and like how many drugs have you taken today until they
yes.
experience it themselves. So especially when like I mean think about this. Let's say I approached you as a doctor and I wanted to discuss whatever the fuck was going on, and then after our session where you're telling me like everything's valid and blah 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 and it's probably real whatever, then I go and tell other people about it, they're gonna think you're a fucking weirdo. Yeah,
Mhm.
my doctor Pixie, she told me. Like, are you fucking kidding? Uh, it's I don't know how you do it, Pixie, and I don't know how you've done it for so fucking long. Like I can put myself in shitty positions, but oh my god, I could not deal with other people's problems. Is that
Yeah.
bad?
No, no, I mean, there's people who have skill sets for different jobs, and not everybody can do, like, do you see my department? Do you know how I've hired lots of people and in the end, what does it end up being? Me.
Yeah, just you. Maybe one other person.
Yeah.
That's a big maybe.
It is a difficult job to do.
Well, yeah, it's putting the burden of everybody fucking else on your shoulders.
Oh, I don't carry the burden of other people's
Yeah,
problems
but you
once
have to
I'm done.
listen. You have to listen to their
Right, but
burden,
when
and
I'm
that's
done, I'm done. That's why I take notes because I'm not gonna keep that shit in my head.
well, that's what you need to start telling these bitches who keep approaching you wanting information. When you walk out of this room, this conversation never happened until you step back in this room.
Okay.
And
No,
then,
I
and
love
only then will I pull up your folder and reread what we discussed.
I love I love seeing and hearing their hearing them like when they're like, okay, so yeah, so this blah 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 blah, and I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. And they're like,
Can
what?
we get like the cliff notes on our last session?
I'm like, hold on, let me get the file. They're like, oh, you write shit down? I'm like, yes. I don't want to carry everybody's trauma dumping in my head as I go about my day.
Or I can barely remember what if I can suspect is wearing at a bank robbery when I had a 5-minute conversation with them. How the fuck am I gonna
Yep.
remember? Like
Exactly.
how do you do it? I mean, aside from notes, but
Yeah, I write down notes. This is why when, the DOJ is like, "Oh yeah, we need your paperwork for for court and stuff." And I'm like, "Oh, you can't just have my notes." Cuz
yeah, that's a
my notes are like, fucking delusional. We need to work on that kind of shit.
yeah. The next thing is you're gonna end up getting called the fucking crazy one, and that people are gonna try to claim that your shit's not valid.
Mhm. I just have to do the quick little note so I understand the severity of what is going on. Of
Little
course, I can
side note
polish it
next
up,
to
but
the, and they told me that they saw someone dead. Asterisk could be real, is probably real. Like how the fuck are you gonna explain that in a courtroom?
yeah.
The answer is you can't,
Yeah, I know.
because then I mean, I don't even think there's legislation behind 5150s, but that is 5150 territory if I've ever heard it.
Yeah. Oh, there's like even like people who they came to me for a therapy session and then they want to go to court and they're, can I have my notes? And I'm like, no, that's not how that works. They're like, but, and I'm like, no. Do you realize that it's not a good idea? These are notes are for me. They're not for you.
Those notes are, well, I mean, I guess it really, I mean, from
Now I
their
can,
perspective, if they're going for the I'm insane angle, but they should probably confirm, or at least the lawyer confirm that, that they're insane. But that's not a decision that's made lightly or like on the
yeah.
fly or after
Well,
a.
well, just for people who I think that they're okay, but there's some really fucked up shit that's going on, and I write all that down, and
And
you
now
know,
even, you're writing down just the things they say, but like sometimes it's not what you say, it's how you say it,
yeah,
regarding whether or not you can read into what someone's saying with more than just the actual words, right?
yeah,
Like I don't think therapy via text would ever be a good idea because you wouldn't be able to actually hear what they're saying and how they're saying it, Because
yeah.
what if one
It's
person is just looking for an easy out from something big
yeah.
versus and they've gone ahead and gurgled everything that needs to be said to be deemed fucking crazy. But you can filter that shit if they're actually talking to you in person.
Yep. Well, it's so I will do the basic questions for things, and how they react to them is how you start trying to pinpoint what's going on. Because if you overreact to a simple question, there's something there. So yeah, there's the tone of how they answer questions and such. So
Where are you right now?
I'm on the roof of the hospital because I was walking around it, but there's a police chase and it's now around the hospital.
Ooh.
I think
Do
they left.
you want me to swing by? I can come pick you up.
Sure.
All right. I'm just grabbing food from the kebab shop, and I'll be there in a few minutes.
All right. I'll be at
All right.
the emergency.
All right. See you soon.
All right.
Bye. Mm. All right. Bunch of stuff. Did not anticipate the pixie call. There's another stall open, so I don't feel bad. Ooh. Boo! Oh.
Sorry.
Not boo.
Oh, sorry.
You're good. What about the fucking timing on that? Holy fuck. Wait! We were told he was contagious. Oh my god. No fucking way it's this song. Oh my god. I can drive chat, I swear. It's, sorry.
Hey.
Are
Car?
you still sick?
I mean, I'm sick, but I've been told I'm not contagious. What the fuck? Why is this a fucking...
You're not contagious?
Mitchell?
Okay.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
was told I had to spend 4 days in fucking quarantine in Sandy Shore Medical where they finally released me and said, you're not contagious. And I was like, thank fuck. And I ran straight out of that thing, still wearing the full hazmat. And I ran right to the Alamo Sea just so I could feel something else on my body.
Got it. All right.
Hello.
I'll give you a call in a bit. So I do want to talk to you about something.
Yes, I need to talk to you very desperately.
You need to speak to me very desperately.
Yes.
About?
Where's your husband?
But where's my husband?
You don't know
What do you mean I don't know?
where your husband is.
Can I give you a call back?
Yes.
Okay.
Please call me back.
All right, we'll do. Bye.
Bye.
This is my life
happening?
now. Well, that was Craig Barrett. Someone who... Remember I said someone tried to shoot Kane and got chefed up? That was him. Come to find out, the variant of whatever this shit is that he got was contagious. But he's since been deemed not contagious. And remember how I said you're the only person I told about Richard?
Uh-huh.
Okay, well, now Barrett's... I was calling him for something unrelated because coincidentally, as I was leaving, he was arriving towards Senior Buns. I sat around a corner and I went, boo, and then he started coughing. And I was concerned because he didn't have a mask on, and I heard he was the only one that the shit was contagious with. Anyways, I call him to go and ask a question regarding that, and then he returned the call and said, I need to speak to you desperately about Richard. And I was like, what about Richard? And he said, oh, you don't know. As in, like, Richard's out of the ICU and no one knows how or why kind of way. Like a not good way. And I don't know what I should do because I don't...
Barrett, right? With
Barrett, yes.
Okay, he's the one who called me asking for Lighthouse Fucker's number.
Well, you know, that's probably because everyone who's had some kind of involvement, and you're kind of a wealth of knowledge, Pixie. You've been around since before me. It's a long time, Pixie. It's a long time.
And I don't have any of it.
Well, you may not remember, but again, your job is going to put you in a position where... All right, where... people are going to ask regardless. Whether that's like... Actually, you know what? Let's go the other way. People are going to ask regardless. Because like I said before, your position puts you smack dab in the middle of literally everything you could possibly think of.
Yes, I know. This is why I've just given up playing dumb, because...
I don't know if I should be playing dumb with Craig. I don't think I should, but... I don't know.
I don't know either. It's one of those things where I feel like, I mean, I'm not gonna change anything how I'm living to deal with this, I guess. I don't know. Because everybody's warning me, you know, there's warnings. Especially with Captain Cootie. You have to be very respectful towards him.
Yeah, I guess it
like,
depends on who you are. I mean, let's
I
not
don't-
forget you worked alongside him.
Yes, and he was very judgmental and very, he looked down at everybody because they were inadequate in their jobs. And
Is that not just like an ego, like doctor thing? Now, I've very clearly never been a doctor, but like every doctor show I've ever seen in my whole life, there's always that one dickhead doctor who thinks they're better than everybody else, and even when there's no poor outcome, there's always something that could have been improved on.
Yes, well, he didn't like the way I did, you know, my therapy, and it was, you know, inappropriate and not professional, and like, you're in the wrong state for appropriate professional behavior.
Oh no.
Oh, we fought so much. I mean, I remember a time we were in the prison and I was dealing with potential 5150, and I think it was oh God, was it Jenny Hall, and they were standing there watching us and listening. We were screaming at each other, and they slowly backed away, like scared because of how we were going at each other. And we stopped and we looked like, oh, I guess we should shelve this and continue later. We argued all the time. Damn it! I keep thinking I'm on a horse.
Pixie, do you remember that one time? I think it was me, you. I think it was Kareem and one other person. We went to go and see that ghost that overlooks the lighthouse.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god. You know that was the one and only time I'd ever seen that ghost?
What?
That is the only time I have ever seen that ghost. And the crazy part is I think I can pinpoint exactly where it is. Who was with us? I'm trying to think, like, oh my,
Yeah, I'm trying to remember, because I remember.
it wasn't there an EMS named Elizabeth who used to be around all the no, I don't fucking know.
I remember somebody went and got salt, because I was like, we need salt.
Yes, I do remember
Candles.
that. Yes.
They went out and got salt and candles.
Oh my god, that was so long ago. Oh my god. Why can't we just go back to well, no, we shouldn't go back to them because that's when I got chefed the fuck up. It was like
Oh really?
early to mid 2018, yeah. That was a long time ago. Oh my gosh. Holy fuck. Pixie, we're getting old.
You know, I used to stalk serial killers back then, so maybe that's the link.
Well, I mean, is it really stalking if you're just looking for new clients?
No, that wasn't it. I was actually. So you know what I used to do? That's when I first. This was before I did therapy, I think.
It was before therapy?
It's before I started doing therapy. Cause I was EMS, and I heard people talking about that there was this, some serial killer was after them, and I'm like, oh no, what's their name?
Oh my god, Pixie, I remember when you were doing EMS stuff and you had that one hat on all the time. The war
Oh, yeah.
the war like helmet thingy. You know which one I'm talking about?
Yeah, that
Was it the one with the
yeah.
bullets that you had? Because there's different ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Because that when it was get crazy, that's when you knew. Because if I put that helmet on, then it was just we were going through it. It's like, oh shit, she's got the helmet on.
Oh my god. Oh my. I'm sorry. I know I'm getting off topic here, but it's just
Oh no, it's fine.
it's just the throwback. Do you remember when Julie and I had PDF?
Oh my god.
Holy fuck. I will never forget one of my first fucking days in the city. Everyone kept calling me Frank.
Oh
And
my god.
and you
I don't know Frank. Shut up.
well,
No, I don't remember Frank. Who's
oh,
that?
okay.
I don't know.
Well, I'm just saying.
I know.
I'm just I mean, he's in PD, but I'll never forget. You were the one who was like, "Matt, why the fuck do you care about what other people think? Like you be you." And crazy because many years later here I still am, shockingly. And well, hold on, if you were pursuing serial killers at the time, what the fuck does that say about me? Did you think I was a serial killer?
No, I was stalking serial killers.
Oh, stalking.
You know how everybody says no one ever looks up? I was always on rooftops catching the other people, watching other people. And then, you know, when I would walk by them, I would be like, "Hey, did you have fun up there?" And they're like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "Yeah, I know what you were doing." And I'd walk away.
Holy fuck, this gives me throwbacks to the dark web bullshit. Oh my god.
Oh, sweet Jesus Christ. You kn- oh
Holy
my
fucking
God.
can of
You know,
worms.
I got sucked into that. You know, I got sucked into that, and it wasn't even, you know how I got sucked into that?
Because
I
you have
was
to deal
with
with everyone's fucking problems.
No, 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 no. I think at the time, I was dating or not dating because I wouldn't really date Murphy Braun.
Oh, bless your heart.
And
How'd you
there
deal with
was,
that guy?
I don't know. I just realized how better my life is by listening to all of his shit. So I don't know. It was one of those. Anyway, I saw somebody leave a note because I stayed in the car, and everybody ran because they were panicking about this. I don't know, this quest or something. And there was some fucker that was leaving notes. You remember the
I
notes?
do remember because I stumbled upon the fucking notes at Life Invader.
Remember? You remember when I got a note and it was basically a thing that said like keep my mouth shut because I was like,
Yes.
hey, some fucker
Yes.
left a note by your car. That's how it started because I saw this fucker run up, leave a note, and take off and hide in the bush. And I'm like, what is this shit?
But
And then
sorry, go
and then
ahead.
I told Murphy, and I'm like, this some fucker just ran up to your car, left a note, and he's hiding in that bush over there. And then I got sucked in.
That was Simon? Was it Simon at the time?
No, I think
Or was it the guy in the robe or the gown or and he always rode around on a fucking bicycle.
yeah, it was the priest.
That one, yes. Oh my god.
Oh, and then one of the people that I had in Parsons, they had a little cult of like, you know, groupies, and they got mad because he was in Parsons. So they took me and they tried to, you know, stab me and drown me and shit. And I'm like, bitch, if you want to drown me, you got to puncture my lung as I'm, you know, sinking in the water. Because she didn't puncture my lung. So I was basically, you know, berating her and her inability to properly anyway. And so I was like, okay, so now I'm drowning. I'm like, okay, this is peaceful. That motherfucker came out of nowhere and pulled me out of the water. The priest. And then said I owed him a favor.
They kept leaving notes outside of the recycling center because this is when I was running the recycling center on like Capitol and Popular.
Yes.
Holy fuck! And it was like,
Yes, that's where I got my first note.
Yes. Oh
And I
my
was yelling
god.
code, and I was like, "What is this shit?" And you're like, "Oh, I know how to decode it." And then, fuck, and then there we were.
I'd rather go back to dealing with stupid fucking nerds than this.
No, because because my picture, you know what? My picture was in that whole situation. People would run up to me going, why's your picture in it? Why are you on the dark web? Why is your picture up? I'm like, I fucking fine
At
though.
that point, who wasn't on the dark fucking web?
You know why? Because I kept catching, oh God, what was his name? The little nerd. He was like
Simon.
taking pictures of, no, there was another one. His brother.
What was his brother's name?
I don't remember. He talked like this. He had a very robotic voice and was, I don't know, it was very, but I kept catching him taking pictures of everybody in compromising situations, and I would like go, "Hey, sweetheart, what's up?" And he's like, and he would just take off.
He was
But I would
also
always
always
catch
on a
him.
bicycle, right?
I think he was on a bicycle. I'm not sure. That priest was though. That motherfucker.
Damn. That is. Why can't we just? Yeah, let's just go back to dealing with that.
I don't know. That was kind of annoying because the priest wanted me to join the dark web and join them and do horrible things, and I was like, I don't want to. And he's like, that's why we want you. And I'm like, because apparently everybody was like trying to do some stupid quest, and
Um.
then It was some
Yeah.
weird thing. And I'm like, I want no part of it. And they're like, here, you have to do it. I'm like, fuck you. I don't have to do shit. Don't tell me what to do.
Yeah, but I'd still much prefer that than like someone get taken